Alright, so you want to make and release music, but you're not sure where to begin, where to start, what even to do. Well, I put music on YouTube and streaming services like Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon, iTunes, etc. And so I've done it a few times. I just released a cover. Go check it out, shameless plug. But I figured maybe I could answer some questions like a brief informal resource. Maybe even provide some inspiration, encouragement, etc. By the way, I'm not sponsored by anyone or anything I mention or talk about. So maybe you've picked up a guitar. You know, a lot of this will be from the point of view of a guitarist, because I am a guitarist. I'm just some guy on the internet who likes guitars, as you can see. I do the casual online music thing. But this also works if you play like a different instrument too. This also works if you make electronic music, you know, you use VSTs, synthesizers, whatever. This is just some general advice. So jumping right in, you want to make music, but you're unsure what to do, and you're unsure if people are even going to want to listen, if they're going to like it. Well, for that last thing, are people going to like it? Are you good enough? The answer is yes. Yes, you are good enough. In this whole world of people, there are going to be some people out there who will listen to your music and they'll enjoy it. They'll have a good time. They'll feel good. Besides, on the question of whether you're good enough, you know, if you listen really closely, a lot of songs aren't perfect. There are mistakes here and there. You know what they say, if you shine a light looking for shadows, you're going to find them. So you're feeling motivated now. You've got your guitar in hand or whatever. What do you need to get started? Well, the music's got to come from somewhere. You got to have your guitar, it's got to work, or maybe you're doing the electronic music thing, you know, you've got your VSTs, you play accordion or piano, violin, whatever. You got to have some means to make the sound. You'll also need a computer with an audio interface like this one. You see, there's places for cables where you can plug your instrument into. Maybe you'll need a microphone to mic up an acoustic instrument, maybe mic up some speaker cabinets. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you're a guitarist with a multi-effects like processor, pedal, something like that. Like this ancient Pod XT. Hey, even if it's old and outdated, it still works, it still makes sound. If it's all you have, just go for it. At the end of the day, the audience is going to want to hear a good song, and most people aren't going to really nitpick at your tone unless it's completely awful, although there are some songs with completely awful tone. Just make music. Guitarists can even use miniature amplifiers and reactive loads. The world is your oyster. So you've got your means to make the sound, you've got your means to put the sound into the computer, you've got a computer. What next? Well, you're gonna need a DAW, a digital audio workstation, so like a program to be able to handle recording the stuff, saving the stuff, exporting the stuff. So I personally use Cubase as my DAW. But there's a bunch out there, you know, you could use GarageBand, you could use Reaper, I think that's still free. There's Pro Tools, there's Logic, there's Ableton, there's all kinds of programs out there. So you can pick the one you like, the one that works for you. So you have that. What's next? Well, you're gonna need a song idea. You could make a riff, turn that into a song. You could even just repeat that a bunch of times, change up things little by little. You could try to make a song to fit into a genre. Maybe you really love pop music and you want to just make a pop song. Maybe you like rock, heavy metal, jazz, blues. If you can imagine a song, when you think of blues, for example, like what would the song sound like to you? And then you can kind of plink out how to play that. And boom, you've written a blues song. You could even make a song for a purpose. For example, the background music for this video and all my videos is music that I've written, that I made. It's also on Spotify too. So basically you're trying to give yourself a blank canvas to fill. And from there, your creativity can take over. So what that means is you imagine this part is here and I play this part. What comes next? What follows next? And you just imagine it. And then you do your best to translate what you're thinking into the music notes you're playing. And the thing about that too is if you mess up and you end up not playing what you're thinking, maybe that mess up actually sounds good. That's another form of creativity. So once you've made the song, it would be good to mix the levels, EQ the tracks, make sure there isn't too much bass, too much mids, make sure one instrument isn't too much louder than the other. And you can look in your DAW at the levels of each thing. You can look at the frequency response, things like that. And if that's all very confusing to you, don't worry too, because the more you dig into it and the more you do it, the more you're going to learn. You can definitely learn by doing. And again, not every song is perfect, so I wouldn't stress too much. Just do your best. And so then finally you need a plan on where this song is going to go. Like, why did you do all this? Is this just a demo track to show to your band and you guys are going to perform it? Is this going to be in a music video that you're going to make on YouTube? Are you trying to distribute this to streaming services online? Maybe you're even just gonna burn this to a CD to sell or give out. If you want the songs on streaming services, you gotta find a distributor to do that. And there's plenty out there these days, like TuneCore, DistroKid, etc. You can do some research around and pick one. Now the question is, when should you start researching and preparing? When should you get ready to do this and figure out everything you need? Well, start now. No time like the present. They say necessity is the mother of invention. So if you're in the process of releasing music, and you want to release it, you feel the need to release it, you're gonna be able to absorb the information much better than if you're just looking it up and saving it for later. Because when is later? Later never comes. Tomorrow never comes, as they say. That being said, everyone has a different learning style, a different way of absorbing knowledge. Some people like to make a big list and then immediately go and execute upon that, not saving it for later, not procrastinating. Other people like to just do as they go. First they pick up a guitar, and then they make a song, and then they figure, okay, I have to record it, and then they look into the computer software to do that, and then they figure, okay, then I want to release it. Then they look into distributors to do that. Everyone has a different learning style and goes at a different pace too. So if you're going what you perceive as slower as your peers or people you see online, don't stress about it. You're going at your own pace, you're making music for you, and those other people who might seem to be going faster, maybe they're just further along on their journey in learning. There will be many unknowns, many things you need to figure out, many struggles, many things to learn. And that's just how it goes. Just do your best, take things step by step, and you'll get there before you know it. And you'll get better at every part of the process as you keep doing it. You'll get that mastery over time, so don't give up. All right, and speaking of not giving up, it is going to be important to finish songs and release them before you jump to the new thing. You never know. The ideas you get that you think, okay, maybe this isn't good enough, people aren't going to want to listen to this, I can't do this. The ideas you discard might actually be your next hit. You never know. You just got to try. So it's important to learn to follow through and take things to completion, because you're also going to learn how to finish things when you don't feel like it or when you're unsure. There's many techniques you can use to get to that finish line. You can simplify parts of the song. You can shorten the song. Maybe you could do some copy pasting. You could even take a brief 10-minute break, get something to eat, get some water to drink. Maybe it's even a mindset thing. You're so stressed out about, oh, this needs to be perfect, that you lose sight of just finishing the song and giving a good listening experience. Just relaxing, taking it easy, finishing the structure of the song is really helpful, because then you can go back, listen to it, and ideas will come. Oh, I can vary up this part a bit. Maybe this chorus could be a little different. Having just that base to build off of is really helpful. So attention to detail is good, but done is better than perfect. And the effort it takes to bring a song to completion will make you better. So if you think, oh, I'm not good enough, by going through the process, you automatically get better because you're doing it. It's not rocket science. So finally, some final thoughts on this. I think a good thing to keep in mind is to be kind. Just like we should be kind to people we interact with, whether it's online or in reality, you need to be kind to yourself. It's good to forgive yourself for not getting things right the first time, or the second time, or the 500th time, really trying to play that part, release a good song, have a good mix, etc. It's a learning process, and there will be mistakes, there will be mess-ups. Some of these mistakes other people will notice, it's just inevitable. Some of these mistakes, though, only you are going to notice, because you made this song, and you've listened to it a billion times as you're mixing it or recording it. To completely fresh ears, it sounds like a great finished song. Of course, it's good to take time to practice and get better at your instrument, mastering your VSTs, all that stuff. But don't sit on ideas and inspiration until you forget them or until they're gone. You can do it. So these were my thoughts, tips, just general steps on making and releasing music. What do you think? Did I forget anything? Do you have any specific questions? Let me know down in the comments below. This is YouTube. I have to say the YouTube things. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, print out every frame and mail it. And as always, peace.